Hello, my name is Jared Shepard. I'm the pre-owned assistant here at BMW of Bridgewater. I'm also tasked with handling the lease returns that we receive at the dealership. And as far as the dealership, we often receive questions about what to look forward to when you're handing in your lease return and just common practices to help you avoid any unnecessary costs that can be hit when turning in your lease. So just to start with just the body and the outside of the car, I just want to give you guys a quick couple of pointers of what to look for, just again to avoid unnecessary charges or any unpleasant surprises. So if you look at the body of the car, big things that we receive all the time is windshields. What you want to do is when you're looking at the windshield of your car, make sure that's free of any cracks, chips, scratches, what's often referred to as a spider, where the chip is actually starting to spread. This is a chargeable offense, and that which will then hit you during your lease return. Also, just look at the bumper of the car. Make sure it's free of any dents, scratches, cracks, things like that. That will be assessed as a charge. Now again, the most common thing that unfortunately we as the dealership have to charge for is going to be your tires. So let me just give you a quick visual just so you understand again what I mean by that. So when you're looking at the tire of your car, basically what you want to look for is that make sure that when you have your tire here, it has to meet a certain spec as far as the millimeters it still has on the tire. Again, I always recommend when you come into your service center, just ask them how your tires are doing. What we have to look for at this time as of February 2021, they have to be at least 4 millimeters. If they aren't, that's considered below spec. That would make it unsafe, therefore a charge. Also, when people replace your tires, we also want to really encourage you to, again, talk to your service specialist, just because unfortunately, sometimes people put the wrong tires on their BMWs. What you want to do is put the same type of tire you had when it came from factory. And there are also certain run flat tires that you can utilize, M's being the exception with the run flat part, that you can put on your car. So again, if you have any questions about which tires belong on your vehicle, just talk to your service specialist or somebody at the dealership who can answer that question for you. And finally, just one thing I can recommend that will save you a ton of hassle, especially on the day you turn in your lease. So not many people realize this, but BMW does expect that all car maintenance is done upon turn-in of the vehicle. So what I mean by car maintenance, things like engine oil, brake fluid service, sometimes a vehicle check, have to all be completed before you turn it into your local center. So one thing I can actually show you guys just to know if that's going to be a factor for you is actually in your vehicle settings of your car. So if you go ahead and take a look at the screen, any BMW will have this, especially the model years, again, that are currently in lease. If you actually scroll into what's called My Vehicle and go over to here to down a little bit further to Vehicle Status, for this one you have to bump over. So again, you want to scroll down below engine oil level, below check control, there's something called service required. So if you can see here, all this is in green, which means you're all set. So again, if you were to turn in this car right now, there would be no charge for services due. However, if you see yellow or red, that means that the car is calling for its services. If you're still within your maintenance plan, this will of course be free, but just again, something that you want to check is so often we have people bring in their cars that have services due, which slows down again when we can actually finalize your service and then actually ground the car. And again, we want to make sure you don't get charged for this, and that way you don't have to actually cancel your lease return appointment to then take care of your necessary services. So I'm hoping these couple of things help you here. If you have any questions, again, feel free to call your service center specialist when it comes to lease returns. Thank you so much, and I hope you found this informative.